The health of the nation's waterways has been in the news lately, primarily because of the Gulf oil spill. River expert Chad Pegracke has made it his life's work to clean up America's waterways, including the Mississippi River. Chad is with Kathy Casso, who has an inspiring story of dedication to the river. They're on a barge floating on the mighty Mississippi in the shadow of the Gateway Arch. Welcome to both of you.
Well, good morning. How are you?
How's it going?
Oh, it's a great day. It's a great Friday. Chad, you founded an organization called Living Lands and Waters at a fairly young age.
Yep.
What drove you to basically become a voice for America's waterways?
I think there's a lot of people that speak for our waterways. I think I'm just one of many, but I grew up right on the Mississippi River as a kid, you know, spent a lot of time out there. I was a shell diver for a while, diving pitch black water. That's how I was getting through college, making money doing that. Commercial fish for a while, worked on a barge, and all those experiences, just saw thousands of disregarded barrels and tires, and wanted to make a difference, man.
And why should people care if the Mississippi or any of our rivers around the country are clean?
I mean, specifically speaking about the Mississippi River, 18 million people drink the water out of the Mississippi River daily. But you know, most of us throughout the nation either get our drinking water from wells or the river itself, and you know, it's part of survival.
Many of our local stations participate in various volunteer efforts. Kathy, why did your company make cleaning up the Mississippi such an important undertaking?
Well, you know, water's a key ingredient in Budweiser, so you know, we depend on clean, high-quality water for the brewing of all of our beers. So, you know, it makes sense for us from a company perspective, and as important, it makes sense because we can get our employees out and volunteer and become, you know, sort of raise the environmental consciousness of our employees and get them involved in just one of many of our environmental initiatives. So it's a good fit for us from a company perspective.
And we need the help. I mean, we've had financial help from them, but the muscle power is really what does it. We started with about 10 years ago with 30 employees right here, a small little group, and now we have like hundreds of employees coming down and all these other sponsors and organizations teaming up. 27 cities we're going to do tomorrow in one day, and I mean, the response has been fantastic, and I think partially there's a heightened awareness right now with the oil spill, and that is just devastating to the Gulf Coast, and I feel for those people, especially with commercial fishing and my roots. But this is what we're, you know, people are wanting to do something. They can't go down to the Gulf necessarily, so they're coming out and doing their part right where they live at, and I think it really shows.
It's amazing what Anheuser-Busch has done to get so many employees involved. Do you have any suggestions on starting a cleanup in someone else's business or corporation, Kathy?
Well, you know, there's a lot of environmental organizations out there. You know, Chad's always looking for help, so you know, you can join in on this effort. But there's a lot of them out there cleaning up the waterways all over this country. Yeah. So, you know, find out who they are in your local community, get involved, get your employees involved. People want to act. Yep. People want, from an environmental standpoint, people want to get out and do something. So give them something to do. That's what I would recommend.
Definitely.
And
I agree.
The biggest thing in the news these days is the Gulf oil spill, and that cleanup is massive. How does that make you feel when you see what's going on down in the Gulf, and how can volunteers help and get involved with that process?
Personally, it makes me feel sickened to see it. I spent some time down there in Grand Isle, Louisiana, right after Hurricane Katrina, volunteering my time in New Orleans, down there for 9 weeks, and got to know a lot of those people, and it just is devastating, and truthfully, it's obviously overwhelming for me just to see on the news, let alone the people that are there. But bottom line is, you know, if you can do it, I would encourage you to either volunteer locally where you're at, or possibly go down to the Gulf when they figure out the best possible solution for cleaning it up, because I think it's going to be going on for years. I'm personally going to be heading down there with all of our equipment later on this year. And I know it's not going to make a huge difference, but everything adds up, and if we all join together, like this cleanup is a perfect example, big things can happen, and that's what the Gulf needs, is a lot of attention like you're giving it, and a lot of people getting together to make it cleaner. I mean, there's nothing else to do right now.
Well, we see the Gulf, but we've also seen many rivers that are polluted in our area.
Absolutely.
Are they too far gone, or what are the chances that we can turn around and bring a river or even the Gulf back to life?
Well, there's been a lot of success stories. I mean, I feel like in the 13 years since I started and looking at it then to looking at it now, a ton of work has been done, and it's really made a big difference as far as the amount of barrels and that sort of deal out there. But, there's been other success stories. The Cuyahoga River that once caught on fire, the Hudson River, a lot of those rivers have really turned around, and hundreds of rivers throughout the country. And, you'll hear from locals, either it's really bad, it needs to get work done, or it was really bad, and they're continuing to work for a better river. And things are happening, though. I mean, we're just part of a movement for cleaner water. I mean, you got companies like Anheuser-Busch and lots of other sponsors, hundreds of groups. I think there's like 8,000 environmental groups in the United States right now, and people are taking action, and it shows.
Yeah, and as long as there's people out there that want to volunteer and get involved, nothing can be too far gone. I mean,
exactly.
And as he said, he's living proof that one person can truly make a difference when it comes to environmental stewardship. So, we just encourage people to get out there and take action.
And Chad, I went online and did a little research.
Yeah.
You have an amazing book out there. Can you tell us a little bit about the book, and then tell us where we might find the book and where we can go for more information if we want to volunteer?
Yeah, it took a year to write the book with another guy, Jeff Barrow, which is also heavily involved in the cleanup. And pretty much it just covers from the time I started, trying to get it going when I was a teenager, all the way to where it is almost current day, and where we're headed. But it's called From the Bottom Up, and it's put out by National Geographic, and I think it's a great book, and I had a lot of success with it. But you can go on Amazon.com or livinglandsandwaters.org, and we'll be happy to get you out one.
Okay, and we're just about out of time. Where can our viewers go if they want to get involved and volunteer on river or even Gulf Coast projects?
I would say go check out a local organization. Wherever you're at is the best thing you can do. And not only just get involved, not only just check it out, but get involved and try to help them out with the projects. There's great things going on throughout this country, but obviously the Gulf is the main topic and should be for years to come, really, because they need our help.
Yep.
Do your part.
Well, Chad, thank you, and thank you for all that you do with Living Lands and Waters. And Kathy, thank you, and all your volunteers from Anheuser-Busch. I hope you have a great weekend and a successful cleanup tomorrow.
Thank you so much.